Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you're doing fine. Today we will study about an interesting artist called Piet Mondrian. This is a famous painter who has many popular quotes about art. One of his quotes is, "Art is not made for anybody and is at the same time for everybody." So at the end of this lecture, students will be able to summarize the life and work of Piet Mondrian. Learn about geometric shapes and color as they create a picture in the style of Piet Mondrian. Recognize his work still affecting designs in use today. This is a portrait of Piet Mondrian. I need you to take into consideration and to keep in your mind that Piet Mondrian was a great painter who really gave the art its right. He was so innovative and creative. He had his own special work. So this is some information about his life. First, Piet Mondrian is a Dutch painter. So he was born in 1872 and he passed away in 1944. He was the second of his parents' children. At a very young age, his father Peter and his uncle Fritz, both artists themselves. So they introduced Piet to the world of art. His abstract designs have had a huge influence on graphic designs, architecture, and interior design. He was best known for his stylized, geometric designs of black and white grills filled with bright primary color. And a note to take into consideration that Piet Mondrian was a very important painter of modern abstract art in the 20th century. So Piet Mondrian painted the world he saw around him. So he began as an artist by painting realistic landscape. So he started by painting tree, houses, all the objects that he saw around him. So Piet changed the way he painted. He didn't want his picture to look like nature. He wanted to explore how color and line work together. Over time, Piet's work became more simple, so he did not use details and he only used a few colors. So when you look at this picture, can you guess which colors he liked to use the most? So let's check together. So I hope you guessed. So the primary colors that Piet Mondrian used are red, yellow, and blue. For 20 years, Piet used only black, white, gray, and the three primary colors that are red, yellow, blue. Besides using just the primary colors, Piet liked to use the horizontal and vertical lines in his art. Like you see in this five painting, this is the horizontal line and this is the vertical line with the primary color red, blue, and yellow. Sometimes he would change the thickness of the line. Other time he would place the lines close together or far apart. This is the line close together and this is the line far apart. He always trying to find a perfect balance in his art. When Piet was 68 years old, he moved to New York City. The skyscrapers and the straight lines of the streets must have reminded him of his painting. So this is some real life example. So you can see the painting of Mondrian on furniture. This is some picture, a small kitchen. You have a chair, table, wall. This is Mondrian lighting. And moreover, they use it in the architecture. So they use the horizontal and the vertical line in architecture with the primary color. So moreover, they use the Mondrian style on the dresses. So this is some picture from the real life. And now let's watch together a video about Mondrian. Here are some more paintings by Piet Mondrian. This is for painting for Piet Mondrian. So he decided to stop drawing trees or houses all related to the nature. So he changed the way he painted from nature to painting that color and line work together. Like you see in this picture, so you can see the three primary color that are red, yellow, and blue. Do you remember? He used the vertical and horizontal line. These lines are in black color, and moreover, he used the gray and the white color. Okay, we're gonna start with the red tree. This is the most famous painting of Mondrian Luminism period and a important work in his series on the tree theme. Piet Mondrian gave greater attention to light effects and rendering them using the primary color. Do you remember what's the primary color? Red, yellow, and blue. He creates a balance between the contrasting hue of red and blue and between the violent movement of the tree and the blue sky. We have another painting, Victory Boogie Woogie. This painting is famous for being the last work of Piet Mondrian, which remained unfinished due to his death caused by pneumonia in February 1944. This painting is bright and lively, reflecting the upbeat music by which it is inspired. The work was conceived in expectation of victory of the Allied forces in World War II. We have this composition. This is named composition with the large red plan, yellow, black, gray, and blue. Piet Mondrian simplified visual compositions to the most basic elements of the straight line, the three primary colors, and the neutrals of black, white, and gray. In this painting, he has used one large dominant block of red, which is balanced by distribution of smaller block of yellow, blue, gray, and white around it. It is one of his famous early neoplastic masterpieces. We have this tableau one. This is named Losange with four line and gray. Piet Mondrian began producing his losange painting to express a more dynamic rhythm in his abstraction. The losange paintings are called so because of their diamond shape that results from Mondrian tilting square canvases by 45 degrees. And the meaning is losange, it's a diamond, but losange is a French word. This painting relies on only four lines of varied thickness, making it one of the most minimal of Mondrian's canvases. It is the most famous of his losange painting, which set an important precedent for the shaped canvases of the minimalists in the 1960s. Because Piet Mondrian was a great artist, I included for you a video about one of his work. That I'd be glad if you try to do it, and next week you can show me what you did and how was your craft familiar to Piet Mondrian work. So let's watch this video together. So let's do some recap about our lesson together. So first, this is Piet Mondrian. He was a Dutch painter who was born in 1872. At one time, Mondrian painted realistic landscapes, but as he painted more and more, his style began to change. So he started to create abstract images. So this is an example. He started to see a building, trees, and after he started to create abstract images using shapes and the color. How did Piet Mondrian come to paint this way? So let's see. The more Mondrian looked at trees, buildings, and vases, the more he saw their basic shapes and color. So this is an example. You can see several trees. So they draw only basic shapes and use several color. This is not in a realistic way, just using basic shapes and color. So you can try this too. Just squint your eyes while you are looking at something, and all the details will start to disappear. You will see only shapes and color, no real objects. This is what Mondrian did. So this is the example. So Mondrian styles consist of geometric shapes and primary color. So every shape can be created from the basic geometric shape. Every color can be created from the primaries red, yellow, and blue. So this is the shapes: rectangle in different size and square in different size too. And this is the primary color: blue, red, yellow. So this is the primary color. You can't get this primary by mixing any color together. Thank you for listening and stay safe.